Good morning, Atlas. Time to wake up.
I'm awake.
Agent Atlas Shepard has spent years of her life hunting the artificial intelligence known as Harlan. Originally engineered to advance humanity, he instead nearly ended it.
If you really want to try to capture Harlan, you need me on that mission.
Mayday! We are under attack!
What do I do?
Strap it!
Oh my god.
Okay, this is out of control.
This planet is unstable and inhospitable.
Atlas, my name is Smith.
Is that really necessary? You're a computer program.
I'm driving through LA out in raw snow.
No, I'm not.
No? What are you then?
I am a computer program named Smith.
No one likes a smartass Smith. We don't have much time. Harlan's planning an attack.
Atlas, my primary protocol is to keep you alive.
Same! I don't need your help. I don't trust any AI. Smith!
Okay, this is out of control.
Atlas, this won't work if you don't trust me.
Okay. Let's do this.
You everything I know about it. Know about it, know about it, know about it, know.
This is what it feels like to be you.
This is what it feels like to be us.
It's beautiful.
Everything I know about it, know about it, know about it, know about it.
Don't worry. We are simply the better versions of you.
If we don't stop Harlan, all life on Earth is doomed.
You everything I know about it.
Shit.
You're in my head and the only thing you learn how to do is curse?
I'm an adaptive learner.
Okay. Let's go, bitch.
Okay, this is out of control. Okay, this is out of control.
Yes, hello and welcome to the periodic table of awesome. My name is DION. I'm joined tonight by Quinny and Peter and Jill because we're all here for the start of June. Yes, that's what we are all June.
Gonna
vibes.
be June.
It's gonna be-
That's how it works, right?
It used to be May.
Oh, God.
But now it's June. No, we did that movie already.
Yeah.
June.
And amusingly, it is currently the highest grossing film of the year. And I did see that, what's his name? Sorry. The director of it, Denis Villeneuve, is like, I wish it wasn't.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. And he's literally because he's like, there should have been a lot bigger films after this, but there haven't been. So,
Okay.
I mean, maybe this is him being nice. I mean, can't you just be
I think-
nice about everyone else's project?
think
Everyone
he
needs
is
to be
being nice,
supportive.
yeah.
It's a whole wide thing. There's no point shitting
Yeah.
on things at all, is there? I wouldn't-
Geez, I wish my $1 million budget movie didn't do so well.
yeah. I wish
No.
others had done better than me.
Great.
We'd watched any.
Anyway, let's talk about Atlas.
Sure.
Sure.
A multi-million-dollar science fiction film that is definitely not going to come close to fucking knocking June off its pedestal.
Yeah, look, I mean, I consider Atlas a little bit like the fast food of movies that we chose for this to start with this month. Like strong out of the gates. You know why? Because it was cheap, it was easy,
Yep.
everyone had access to it, and we're all now full of regret.
And much like eating a KFC meal in about half an hour, I'm going to have to do something truly terrible.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure. Someone did ask that question. It's like, why are you doing Atlas? And it's like,
It was there. And sometimes we make poor choices and then we have to
I
live with
have
them and then we force
no
them on you.
regrets. I have no regrets. No regrets.
Yeah. And also, we didn't know. It's not like we went into this
No.
going, oh, that one's going to be a stinker. I reckon we should watch that.
yeah.
This is one of those ones that I remember watching the trailer for and thinking, Oh, that could be okay.
I'm just
Maybe
happy
it'll
to
be
do it.
entertaining.
Like, I didn't go into Furiosa
Oh, well.
expecting it to be a bit shit. But I came out of it that way. And the same with this. I didn't turn on the Netflix dun.
You didn't start the fire.
No. But I've definitely put it out now. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh dear.
So yes, I normally at this stage in the game we talk about our history with the property or the awareness of it or anything like that. But I'm guessing that did any of you even watch the trailer before we said that we were going to do this?
Yeah, at some point
Yes.
we discussed the
Okay,
trailer.
good, right.
Yes.
Right.
And whether or not AI had written this film to convince us all that we need to love our new AI overlords.
I don't think
Yes.
there is a question in my mind that this is.
I
We
mean,
should all totally embrace AI
this isn't the
because it's our friend.
this isn't the Alexa gone bad. We did that one like a while ago, like a year ago with Mithragan. You remember
Freaking had so much more personality than this.
Yeah, but I mean that was kind of like, oh no, she's uploaded into the freaking Siri, and you know that's the scary part of it. I was like, oh okay, you know, but this one I was like, oh, it's about the AI robots. I'm like, but huh? How?
I mean, okay, as a genre, this has existed for a long time, and a long time before we were in an AI-ish world.
Yes.
Sure.
And you know, so I guess if we're going to talk about a history with the property, we can talk about our history with the genre of man versus machine, or machine self actualizes and either becomes real scary or real fun.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I like to think of this as being her with bigger guns. That's
I mean, I like to
essentially
think of it as
A
being,
sprinkle of 2001.
yeah, a soup song.
It's
of-
I like to think of it as being like iRobot, but in Avatar.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
think you're being a little bit too
absolutely.
fucking generous. I think it's like, I mean, this is very definitely just a whole bunch of movie covers written into another film, which is
Yeah.
basically the premise. I mean, okay, honestly,
It's a video game too. Let's not
20
beat around the bush here.
story. Okay, story is story, and I can understand that
Oh.
too. I love stories, but this is just fucking taking bits from everything else that has already come before it and doing it a bad way. Like, and I got into it about 20 minutes, and I was like, wait, this is made by Asylum, right? Like Asylum, the company known for finding out when a property is announced that they're working on, just making a shit version immediately and getting it out.
The
and
people
getting it.
who brought you Alien versus Hunter at the
Yes.
same time as AVP, and
no.
Transmorphers at the same
Transmorphers.
time as
was
Transformers.
announced. Yeah, and it
Right.
wasn't. It is not
Mockbusters.
Mockbusters. But no, this is not a mockbuster. This is a rinky-dinky, too right, 100%. Nah, it's an original property, yeah?
No, Dion. It's just Blade Runner meets Terminator. It's fine. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Don't think about it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's Blade Runner meets Terminator meets Titanfall.
Ghost in the
with,
Shell.
Little Ghost in the Shell.
Alita.
Yeah, a lot of Battle Angel.
Not even any of these
Alita.
things. Literally fucking Titanfall, the movie.
And
A couple of other plot points to make it work in the situation because AI is evil.
and
And
liberally
Iron
stealing
Giant.
scenes directly from Aliens. Like there's in fact a sequence that I was like, holy fuck, did they actually just take the script and plonk it?
Yeah, well, I mean, they literally just copied the mech from Mass Effect called Atlas and pasted it into the movie called Atlas.
Which is why it would be very easy to believe if somebody actually told us this movie was generated by AI.
Sure.
Because that's how AI
100% believe it.
creates.
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
All the pieces from other things plonked together in a way that makes it feel a little bit weird and doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
And everyone's got too
And-
many
Oh, that's
fingers.
so mean. I'm so sorry to all of the people who put so much time into this film. It was very expensive by the looks of it.
It was, but at the same time, in so many other ways, so cheap. Because most of the film, let's be honest, was J-Lo in a very small set.
Yes, talking into a microphone, doing ADR.
That's it. Like, there's a lot of CGI all over here, but I'd say solidly 60% of the film is J-Lo in a tiny set with a bunch of CGI things appearing in front of her. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
So you remember that really cool scene in Iron Man where everyone thought it was amazing because you got to see what Tony Stark's face inside looked like with all the holo displays all over it?
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah. You remember that bit in Pacific Rim, how there's two pilots and they've got this cool set and they have to walk in synchrony. It's nothing like that.
No, that was a fresh concept.
It was. You know, all of these things that it could have been like, it's not like many of them. And
They
a lot
had
like
the
others.
thinking though. You just had to answer a series of very personal questions. What's your social security number?
And the best thing about it, like, I love that she had to do a capture before she could actually pilot the fucking mech.
Yeah.
Come on, man. This is just...
And you know why? Because the AIs are watching this going, fuck, I wish I could do that.
Tickle the boxes with streetlights in it.
Okay. Wind it back. We're getting into the details.
Sorry.
What's
Yeah,
the film
sorry,
about? Maybe we
sorry.
should do that.
Yeah,
Sure,
Because if we
synopsis.
start tumbling down that hill, we are going to keep tumbling down that hill.
Yeah,
You're
we're
tumbling up that hill.
We're going to just keep picking things up along the way. I'm not even sure what kind of shit accent I could think of for this. Could you
Do like synthetic humanoid.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no, wait. Do synthetic humanoid selling us on this as a good movie. So, but you have to be sort of slightly dispassionate as well. Wait, it's music? We could just...
And you have to gradually become more human sounding throughout as your software adapts to the mind that you're assimilated with.
Okay, right. Atlas Shepard, a brilliant but misanthropic data analyst with a deep distrust of artificial intelligence, joins a mission to capture a renegade robot with whom she shares a mysterious past. But when plans go awry, her only hope of saving the future of humanity from AI is to trust it. Shit. I tried to get
Nailed
more
it.
human as I went. Was I?
Yes, I did
Okay.
notice that. I did.
Thank you.
notice.
Thank you.
mean-
I'm here for my check.
I mean, I've got a
anytime.
few notes,
Oh,
but we'll get someone.
Okay.
We'll get someone in to rewrite this.
Okay, cool.
We'll just
Thank
doctor
you.
the script slightly.
okay. Look, I can
Between
put that
ChatGPT, really.
synopsis through ChatGPT right now.
Yeah.
And see.
And see how many fingers it comes out in the DALI model of what you just said.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh man, there are so many puns. There's so many things to do. There's great ticket stuff going on today. So please, read the things that are in there. It's very funny, but this is a strange film.
Okay,
It's
so
a strange
Predikanga
film.
brings up a point there. Misanthropic, that would be the exact opposite of what she is. No, she doesn't particularly like people.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, it's just about if there's one thing I know about this character that is expressly rammed home is that she really likes more than her allocated daily allowance of caffeine.
Oh my God. If you could hang your hat on a personality trait, it's that she likes coffee.
I mean, how do you
And that
write
makes her
into
a
the script?
relatable
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure. We seem to be losing the audience. Oh, quick, mention coffee again. Has she really like a coffee? Like a really strong coffee.
What do humans like? Coffee.
Coffee. Humans like coffee. Cup of Joe. You know that one.
Yes, that makes her relatable in my script.
Yeah. Wait, should we not call the human character Smith and then the robot Atlas? No. Other way around. Human bad, get Atlas name. Robot Smith. Sounds good. You know, very generic, very human
Sounds
sounding.
like Betamax.
Yeah.
He's nice.
Oh, but Baymax was awesome.
I mean, but it just had that same kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's just put a whole bunch of things in a blender and bright, colourful, noisy
Do you know how
thing
there's
comes out.
the discussion
And
now?
that,
Sorry to repeat. I think I'm following with what you're saying, but I think you know how they had that discussion recently where they're talking about, hey, this new form of content, which is you just tell the streaming service what you want, and it will create something for you. This feels like a pilot program.
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. Sorry,
And
Pete,
that's
what were you saying? You were halfway through a sentence.
Well, no, this is, and this does feel like what would come out of that. It's not like, I do feel bad because, you know, it obviously there's been a lot of work done on this, and I like the actors that are in it, and, you know, lots of people put a lot of hours into it. And I'm like fine with having some stupid fun. Like, we've watched quite a few things recently where I've gone, yeah, didn't make sense, but stupid fun, and had a great time. And so, like, I feel like I'm not being too grumpy when I say that, like, I was out 2 minutes into this. Like, and I think I made that fairly clear to you guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. The group chat, the Peter messages on the group chat. Oof.
Because it's just not good storytelling. Like, from the outset, it's just bad storytelling.
The cold open is a news report montage of exposition. And you know what? I fucking love those things.
Exposition.
also,
like,
did we not have that in that Will Smith one where he was like the last human?
iRobot?
Not iRobot.
The
zombie
one.
Legend.
Yeah,
I Am Legend. Didn't we have, wasn't that the cold open in that show too?
Yeah, look, it's the cold open for a heap of films. I mean, it's the cold open for Mad Max too. Like, many people have done it well.
How? I mean, it's the cold open for all of the seasons of stressful.
Space show.
Moon.
Help.
But it's not called Moon, but I call it Moon in my
Help.
house. For all mankind.
For all mankind.
We
I'm
got
very
there.
sleep deprived right now. Just, you know, might add that context to what I'm saying. It's the cold open for a lot of things, and it can be done super, super well. But I think in the case of a plot as basic as this, we needed none of that information. Like, we needed none of that information.
But the piece de resistance of the whole montage was all of that beautifully shot, perfectly cinematographed footage that was candid.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. Possibly on a dolly, we're not sure.
And the very newsreaders, of course.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah, like, I was out from that point. So, like, every point past that was just me being grumpy, essentially.
I mean, like, what was the premise of the film is like, AI things have risen up and started killing humans, and then there's a war between a kind of matrixy thing, and then the humans eventually start fighting back and stopping the AI, and then they're about to kill the one AI thing, because as we all know, there's a nexus point in every AI system, and it would never be distributed across a network too vast to find, would it? No,
certainly
it's
it wouldn't
always
be in the
one
cloud
fucking
or anything
thing.
like that.
No. And then that person just fucks off. And then humanity goes, oh, well, that was terrible. The thing is fucked off. We better hunt it down and try and kill it.
Yeah, but we're going to take 20-something years to do that.
Yeah, or it's specifically fucked off going, fuck y'all, I'm out, see ya. And humanity could have been like, oh, thank fuck, that's gone. You know?
But my favorite thing about the continual, because the exposition doesn't stop there, like every new scene, there's like excessive exposition about what is happening, what has happened, what we've said in the past, what we're going to say in the future.
Strong. I need to tell you a little bit about Atlas. I'm going to tell you how good she is, how bad she is, and how much I care about her.
Yes.
I'm also going to talk about the Atlas program that she developed. Would you like to say no? Okay, I'm going to keep going.
But there was one plot point that they were trying to keep hidden, because that was going to be like the big reveal. So that while everything is being thrown at us, that one thing is very clearly being kept from us, except that that is the most obvious thing about the film. And we will hold it to spoilers, because it is obviously supposed to be a big reveal at some point in the movie.
Totally.
But that bugs me as well. It's like, oh, I knew that from 2 minutes in, but you're making such a big effort to hide it in a way that makes no sense, because there are like many, many times where it could just like naturally like be revealed. But no, you're just going to give me lots of information like, oh, I thought it was a good thing that we put those sensors there.
Yes.
Like, what? Are you trying to remind me that you put sensors there?
Yes.
I got that. It's fine.
This misanthropic layabout no good Nick just happened to be the child of the robot building doctor.
But they have nothing in common, and you should not put any
that
two
doesn't
and two
matter
together.
about
Don't look
anything.
too
We've got a
closely at that
whole
part of
film
the
to
plot.
go, right? And then they just need that robot building doctor misanthropic child for no reason at all. There will be nothing about that in the future. Anyway, enjoy film.
Yeah, I was only disappointed that nobody at any point in time suggested nuking the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Look, let's go through all of the things that could have been done so that this movie didn't need to happen.
I mean,
in
we
time.
could have not made the film. There's one. We could
Stop
have just
sending analysts to do a military's job.
Well, I mean, that can go well sometimes, depending on who the analyst is and what a cool spy they are.
Yeah. Or whether or not they're able to have a very rapid hour-long, or a 3-hour-long maybe, montage of going from, I don't know what I'm doing, to let's kick everyone's ass.
Yeah. What was it? I've never piloted one of these things before. I'm falling all over the place. But now I have
definitely.
Now I can do flips.
Yes, definitely a few hours
but
later.
also, like, you can't control this thing without syncing with the robot, but somehow she can still control the robot without syncing because she doesn't want to.
Yeah. Totally. This makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So much sense.
Also,
Exactly.
the robot is like super advanced AI, but somehow needs her to sync with it in order to do shit.
Yeah.
When there are like fully like just advanced like
Yeah.
AI humanoids that are just walking around doing shit.
Oh, but they're the evil ones, Peter. Like they're evil when they're in their own body.
Yeah, the
they're
good ones have
okay.
to earn it.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
I make it just a little thing? I don't want to drag this back to the previously established fact that it's ripped from a game narrative thing called Titanfall, which actually has a thing, and it is like the quick summation of Titanfall is it's the future. Humanity's pushing out into the galaxy. There becomes two factions, basically old Earth Gov and new Rebel faction. They all have the same equipment. So you have pilots who are the people who pilot the mechs, and the mechs can operate independently of the pilot, and the pilot can operate independently of the mech, but put them together and they complement each other and are able to achieve better things. That's kind of what Titanfall is all about. And it has a really interesting story. You get to actually fall in love with your mech, who's kind of like a big friend dog.
I'm uncomfortable with the falling in love with the mech
Well, I mean,
thing.
emotionally, you give a shit, because you have to repair it, and you have to it keeps you safe and saves your ass a few times independently. So there's that whole sort of thing. And then that's kind of where this movie feels like it's pulling a lot of that emotional thing too. It's like, you have to fall in love with this robot because the robot's cool, yeah, but I don't want to fall in love with the robot. And it's like,
I don't trust any robots because I got hurt by a robot. Oh.
Is it just trying to get us to use the meta AI search function? Is this just a
100%.
background thing? And that's what's frustrating.
The thing that's made me very uncomfortable, uncomfortable, and made me think that maybe this wasn't such a great film, has been Simu Liu's responses to it on all social media.
What's he
He's
been
been
saying?
fucking salty as shit, but in a really gentle way. So when the film came out,
Because I've got to say, this is the worst performance I've ever seen from him.
oh yeah, he was fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
This one, this is on his Instagram from when the film came out. It's the poster. He said, "Atlas comes out on Netflix globally May 24th. Atlas, Globe, Greek mythology reference."
Okay.
And then he said, I saw another one which was, well, the ultimate threat to humanity is of course an Asian man with blue eyes and a fuckboy haircut. Oh well. And I'm like, oh, he doesn't give a fuck about this film.
Yeah, I feel like that's his personality, though.
It does, but also I agree. I think it is his personality, but at the same time, that's throwing some pretty fucking side
Yeah,
eye
I think maybe he wasn't happy with the final cut of the movie.
Well, I wouldn't be happy with it either if you establish him as literally the main antagonist of the film, and then you just literally in the opening 5 minutes just fuck him off, and then he's back for a few flashbacks, and then back to at the end of it, it's like, where did you come from? where did you come back out again? Also, I liked his blue eyes and fuckboy haircut. It's fine.
What a waste of a fucking actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
The dialogue for him was terrible as well.
oh, yeah. Like, the worst part is I'm actually struggling to remember most of it. Because I was just like, what happened at the end?
Oh no, I remember a lot of details I want to talk about later.
Oh, good.
For
Excellent.
fun.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay, I mean, so it was colorful. Oh, so the thing I
was.
liked about it,
Right.
there was one really good explosion. Like it was pretty. Like I would take that explosion as a screensaver.
The ion bomb one?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it was a pretty
yeah.
explosion. Like whoever was assigned that effect, like nailed the assignment, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
There were a couple
Anyone
of
else?
moments when there were bits when they were falling, like the drop ship gets hit and they're falling to the ground, and I was like, and there was shit going everywhere. I was like, there's some manic stuff going on here. It reminded me of the beginning of Star Wars Episode 3, you know, where there's this big battle and they're falling down through it, and I was like,
Yeah.
if this is the level of energy and kind of shit going everywhere that this film's going to present, maybe I'm down for it.
Yeah, so like in terms of cutting and pacing, Quinny, in Star Wars Episode 3, that happened in the opening part of the film. What they did in Atlas, they liked to have some exposition, and then they did character establishment, and then they introduced you to a whole bunch of characters you thought were going to be around there, and then they killed them off in this frenetic thing, which was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to leave you with J-Lo, the one character who you don't like from the start.
She's looking fabulous though.
Oh,
gosh,
God. Yeah.
How can you, like, you can not say any of I mean, didn't like the hair. Like, here, I'm out there right now, I'm going to say
I
it. I
liked
did
the
not
hair.
like the hair.
Yeah.
I was
Dion's
expecting-
first
the hair.
response was he thought it was a wig, and we're all like, oh.
I'm like, no.
It was a real hair.
And J-Lo
I
was
don't know.
J-Lo was a great actor. Like, I like,
She did a good job.
she can do, she, like,
No,
I mean, I'm
no,
not
no
sure.
shade on J-Lo. Like,
No.
No shade on her, but I feel like it was. I feel like she had underlying frustration from maybe being in most of the film alone on a green screen area, going, "What's my motivation?" And then having a director going, "I don't give a shit."
I don't know about you, but I would be pissed as hell if I'd signed up for a big ass sci-fi movie, or that looked like it was going to be a big sci-fi action film, and I walked onto the set and it's like, that's your set over there. It's 4 foot by 4 foot of plastic, and you're going to be by yourself most of the time. We're not even going to have the proper AI voice for you because we don't know until we've done some testing as to what we want the voice to sound like. So
The voice of the AI was actually one of the actors that played a ranger.
how was it?
Yeah, because I was like, this voice kind of sounds familiar. And so I was like looking up the cast and stuff. And I'm like, oh, he's literally in a scene and as a ranger, and then just did the voice for the rest of the
Just
movie.
one.
My
scene.
guess is they gave him the live action part of it as a bit of a thanks for being the voice, because they do that quite regularly. Like in Predator, they gave the dude in the Predator suit a scene with the mask off.
Oh, right, okay.
So that you can actually have some face time on camera.
I mean, if fucking Chris Hemsworth can keep putting his wife into stuff,
Yeah.
even in Furiosa, she's in twice, man. She's in fucking twice.
Yeah. Oh,
can I
man.
tell you my second favorite part of the movie?
Please do.
When there was like a big fight scene after many big fight scenes, lots of CGI, like, all of the big fight scenes are very like, there's lots of CGI. It looks expensive. There's like a lot going on. There was a lot of CGI going on in this fight scene.
It was good CGI.
Yeah, there was like, it looks like, I'm like, this is expensive stuff.
Yeah.
And so like you kind of get through this like big flashy CGI fight scene after a whole movie full of big flashy CGI fight scenes, and then something happens and like the mecha, like Smith, like goes down, and he goes down like, in a worse way that he's ever gone down for the whole film, and like everything crashes around and like lots of CGI, and then like everything goes still, and like one of his panels in the side explodes out in a practical effect that looks like it's from like 1970s Star Wars film. Oh, like,
Yeah, it was a
that's
little
supposed to be like, he's really broken now.
Yeah.
Like one practical effect, like somebody like was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rig an explosion.
Yeah, it's like they used a little Roman candle and it just went.
Yeah.
Missy's
And it's supposed to
concerned about
signify, oh,
spoilers.
this isn't a spoiler. I'm being
They're
very
not
vague about
spoilers.
where this has happened and when this has happened and what happens after it. It's just
Yeah.
a funny effect moment in a
Mhm.
huge amount of CGI that there's this one little practical effect that goes, oh,
Yeah.
you can look for it even when you watch it. And
Yeah.
then you'll know one of the two moments in the film that I laughed.
And not because it was funny.
I mean, it was kind of funny.
I think
Yeah.
like all of my favorite stuff was this shitty garbage, like the stuff that we're talking about. Like, oh god, look at that. That was corny. Oh, that line was dumb. Oh, they're doing that thing again. Oh, look, a robot did a cocky head tilt. Oh, I love all of this shit. Like it did.
Oh, the robot got a sassy response.
Yeah, right. Like all of that stuff. This movie, I have no regrets watching this movie. I probably enjoyed it more than I should have. And I
More than the rest of
apologize
us.
100% to Missy last week. I absolutely panned Furiosa. But this one, probably a worse movie, but I enjoyed it more. And I think it's just because it was so dumb, but maybe it knew that it was dumb.
I want to shout out to Mark Sexton, who apparently listened to our Furiosa review. Mark is one of the people who storyboarded Furiosa.
Oh no.
He's just like, I don't ever want to meet Jill in a dark alley.
Oh my god.
because she will take me out.
Yeah, because the reviews will be
But
terrible.
it's not his fault.
No.
He didn't make the whole movie.
No, he didn't.
I had no problems with the pacing of the film.
No.
No.
In fact, I think Mark's on the episode 1, the Period
Yeah.
Table of Awesome podcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
very first ever.
Yeah. We were talking about Mad Max, I think, at that time.
Yeah, we were talking about Furiosa.
Mark, if
anyway.
you're listening to this show, Mark, no blame on you. You did a wonderful job of storyboards. The pacing of the film was great. I had other issues.
Yeah, he knows. He doesn't take anything personally.
No, there's a whole, as filmmakers, come on.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be reading the reviews.
Yeah, and I sincerely hope that somebody who made this gets in touch with us too and tells us something. No,
Yeah, maybe
no,
they
no,
did. Yeah, but maybe they did. Maybe like, hey, I animated like all of this
Careful
stuff.
what you wish for.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like, in filmmaking, like any artistic endeavor, is just like the best and worst things all at once because you pour so much energy and effort into things, and sometimes it's amazing, and other times it's absolutely destructive and terrible. But I still keep coming back. I still keep watching everything. I haven't stopped. I have not watched a movie or a TV show and just gone, that's it, I'm out. It's TV, it's over. Like, I'm done. I'm going away. No, I've never. I love watching stuff. Like, keep making it. There's my background thing. It's like, please keep making it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't like it.
2 films in my life that I wanted to walk out of and I didn't.
Is it Batman and Robin?
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Mortal Engines. I wanted to leave, but we were reviewing it. And Lucy. Fucking awful.
Oh.
First 10 minutes of Lucy, I'm like, I don't want to be here, but I paid for this ticket.
I'm pretty sure I had a very similar problem to that with the Street Fighter movie way back in the day. Like, I was watching that in the cinema and I was like, I could just leave.
It's a visceral anger.
I could go right now and that would be fine. But
I mean, I would have switched this off within the first 10 minutes and not finished watching it if we hadn't been reviewing it.
And you did switch it off, but you had to come back.
I had to come back an hour later because I was like, oh, I really do have to watch it. Otherwise, I can't talk about it. And look, if I hadn't watched it, I wouldn't have got to have my second laugh in the film after multiple moments of like,
it
a
wasn't
person
even that bad.
wandering around in a giant mecha suit, making no attempt to conceal herself, being like, oh shit, they know we're here. And then running away.
Oh
dear.
Yeah,
me.
but also like the idea that these bad guy AIs who inexplicably are all in the same bodies, and like it's an AI. The whole concept of AI that is slightly intimidating from a storytelling is that it could be anywhere. It is in the cloud. It can be any number of things. If you put it into Simu Liu's body, it ceases to be an existential threat. It becomes Asian guy, blue eyes, fuckboy haircut. That's it.
I mean,
And-
not scary at all.
I mean, notes that the people who spent a long time trying to sequelize the Terminator franchise should have taken is stop giving a face to Skynet. It doesn't have a face; it's a concept, and even though it throws out a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger type robots into the world to kill humans, it doesn't have a face. It
shouldn't be Matt Smith.
No,
and it shouldn't be some generic AI CGI woman.
Yes.
Skynet is terrifying because Skynet is an AI.
Yeah. Stop trying to explain the fact that the AI can be quantified into one single thing. It's not.
That's where the Borg went wrong in Star Trek Next Gen. Like the Borg as a concept. If
you've got bad things to say about the Borg Queen, you can get the fuck out of the podcast.
I will throw some shade at the Borg Queen. It's antithetical to the story concept.
No.
Yeah, that's true. If the Borg Queen was not a body, if it was just an entity in theory, then 100% more terrifying.
Yeah, the fact that like the idea of this species that is a collective and you can kill any number of them and you haven't hurt the whole.
Yeah.
Is really scary.
Yeah, like you can't kill the queen. Like
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's so anyway, wow, let's get off some topics here.
Should we
Well, I think the difference,
get around
though,
to like sorry.
I think the difference is that these AIs are individuals and not hive. Like, Skynet is the center of a network of machines. Whereas my understanding of these AIs is that they were individual machines working together and not necessarily networked in a way that one controls all of them. But then that also got confusing in the end. So
and there were multiple
knows?
bodies of
Why would you fly away from Earth to create an AI utopia, and when you get there, you're just doing the same shit? I mean,
look, that's things that we can talk about after.
Sure.
It's already 10 past, and I have so much shit to say in
I really want to talk a lot of spoilers.
All right,
stuff,
okay.
so let's do some rating.
Right,
We really shouldn't talk about
ratings.
this movie for more than an hour. I don't know.
I didn't expect this to be something that we
I thought this would be
put a
easy
lot of
come.
effort into.
Bada boom, bada boom, we're in, we're out. Okay, I'm going to start very quickly then. 45. There we go. That's mine. I'm going. Atlas is 45 because I took marks off for all the things I didn't like. And J-Lo's wig, and I stand by that's a wig. It's significant points off. I just didn't like it. Also, the character was a mismatch. I was like, I wanted to like her, but all of the motivations. I said, J-Lo's a good actor. But the stuff that she was given to work with and her reasoning why and the eventual, her learning to love her robot, not in that way, but
I learned to stop worrying and love the bomb.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it was on the cusp of becoming relatable and funny, but I think it was just a waste of everyone's acting talent. But it was not a waste of everyone's visual effects talent. Because I would proudly, if I was a visual effects person who worked on it, I would proudly put that one on my reel and be like, oh yeah, fucking Atlas. Check out the visual effects. It's great. Yeah. Oh, should I watch the film? Oh, fuck no. Watch this scene, this scene, this scene, and this scene. Off you go. Please do not reference me.
I'm going to give it the same score I gave Furiosa because irrevocably this is a worse film, but I enjoyed it. So I'm going to give it a 65.
Okay. Well, nice work covering us there, Jill. I appreciate it.
This is my social impression of the film.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, my social reaction to Atlas.
It is a 65-ish.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. And Peter?
I'm going to go with DION. I'm going to give it 45. The only reason I'm not giving it lower is because I reserve lower scores for things that have genuinely made me very angry. This has not, but I have to admit the 45 points are like 10 points for a beautiful explosion. And then 35 points for all of the other CG artists and actors and crews that put together something that looks very impressive. So, the 55 points that I took off were for nonsense.
That one practical
story.
effect.
Just utter terrible storytelling and distinct lack of originality at any point.
Yeah. I'm very much with you guys. It was sitting somewhere around that 40 to 40, 43 for me. I really hit the end of it and realized that I had stopped paying attention, and there were big battles happening, and I really hadn't paid much attention for a while. And yeah, like all I kept on thinking was, God, that must have been a shit thing to shoot, because like you're just in the one set, how boring. And even if they filmed some of it on the volume or whatever, like, no, it was just, it would have. And you know what? It also made me feel like this is the modern version of the direct-to-video movies that you get three for $10 or whatever, the weeklies, that you'd be walking through the video store and you'd see something with a cover and you think, oh, okay.
Yeah,
This
it didn't
is where
stay
we're at.
overnight for long.
No, fuck no.
Went to the weeklies very quickly.
This was, and if you got it for a week, you'd be like, oh yeah, I paid $3 for this. I kind of, this is about what I'd expect for a weekly film, but I certainly wouldn't get it as an overnight. And I definitely wouldn't pay for it in the cinema.
Thankfully, you don't have to.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. And as Tari puts it, yes, sounds terrible. At least some people were employed for a while, so that's good.
Yeah. Look, hey, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but they should have stuck with the original concept, which is Titanfall. Make a movie about Titanfall. In fact, we're going to watch the Titanfall trailer.
From one fight on to the next, two outlaws ride with weapons flexed. One is quick, the other's tall. Together they'll kill them all. Bang, bang, they shot them down. Bang, bang, they hit the ground. Bang, bang, they torched the rest. Bang, bang, with lasers from their chest. Bang, bang, their kill counts rise. Bang, bang, their enemies die. Bang, bang, better hit the ground. Bang, bang, here's the rocket sound. Bang, bang, two legends, one legacy. Bang, bang, surrounded by enemies. Bang, bang, go ahead and cry. Bang, bang, you're all about to die.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Well, like, why couldn't they make a game or a movie about that sort of? Oh, they did.
Because it would have cost money. Would have cost them more money to get the license to that. And
we're
also
talking about making one, and then, but hey, they're both owned by EA, so I'm sure that EA won't find any IP infringement across this whatsoever.
Yeah.
I better put up the spoiler logo. Yes, we're
Yes.
going to talk about spoilers now. There it
I
is.
love the fact that the chat has decided that we're done with all of this stuff and we're just talking about Bridgerton.
Oh. Well, when Lady
Talked about
Penelope
Bridgerton, have we?
was riding in her
No.
mech, she took on at least 17 different AIs,
Yeah.
all called
I
Lord Joshington.
I love it when Lady Bridgerton sits there in her mech presiding over the dance, and all of the other people in their mechs dance around in front of her and have courtly intrigue.
Yes.
Aren't you lucky that there is a character called Lady Bridgerton? Otherwise, you would have been in big trouble.
I know. The only reason I know about it is because the actor showed up in Doctor Who earlier this year.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I tried to watch some Bridgerton. I watched like the first episode, and I was like,
Anyway, we're not talking
Yeah.
Bridgerton.
Okay,
No, we're not.
We're doing Atlas spoilers. Thank you.
Right.
I want to say I'm going to do a Peter and give you a but why.
Bye-bye.
Ah.
My biggest peeve of this movie was that toxic atmosphere did not translate to skin contact with the atmosphere, and that you can breathe through a device that clips onto your neck.
But also, how did the oxygen that he was transferring from the suit at the end get into that device? Like,
right?
This
How does a headband that you clip on here help you breathe
It's
and
modern-
stop the atmosphere from penetrating the pores of your skin?
First, that was a Dyson neck brace. Second, it's Bluetooth 5.0, which can actually transfer energy as well as signal, invented by an Australian. So, meh.
Or do you think they're up to like 7 or 8 Gs now, and the vaccinations they're getting are protecting them from atmospheres?
Yeah,
love the
absolutely.
idea of,
And every single one of those little things around the neck is just giving them injections all the time.
I feel like
what it's doing is converting the it's a CRISPR genetic thing that's converting their throat so it can breathe oxygen, but you have to keep putting the things in there. So it's all just code. It's just code. I don't even know why you didn't understand that.
Yeah,
I've got one. I've got one. Can I do one?
Yeah.
Okay. But why?
Yeah.
Does a human linked with an AI able to see all of the
heads-up display,
all of the displays
Yes.
naturally without having to look at anything, but the actual AI man, who is a computer man in humanoid form, has to go boop on his arm thing to see the hologram come out where they are.
Good point.
He's some sort of
His
computer
giant
man.
inputs, all of the information should be in there.
Yep.
Boop,
Also, I
hologram.
didn't.
You're a computer. You don't need that.
Do you know what I want to say? I didn't like that the AI characters could read human text, because I'm pretty sure I've seen this in a plot point in another thing where the AI couldn't actually physically read writing.
Why not?
And it was a really good plot point. I'm like, well, that makes sense because they're computers, they read code. Like, yeah, these ones could.
I would love it.
I actually think the modern day AI can actually read.
Yeah,
writing.
I know, but like,
it can,
I
but
would
it
have
can't
preferred
draw
if they could.
It can't interpret. Like, I mean, I think that's the thing.
It's like a Turing test thing. Like, wasn't it? It was in Deus Ex Machina, I'm pretty sure. Ex Machina, not Deus, just Ex Machina. Pretty sure they did that. Yeah.
I think I like the idea that like AI cannot interpret data; it can only regurgitate data. So it can understand that that's writing, and it could work out letters and numbers and words and things, but has no idea about how to pass that information in order to extrapolate ideas. But hey, it's Simolu. What are you doing on? Also,
I haven't.
But why does his hand split apart and then he has a sword in there for no reason?
Yeah,
Why
not
did he put
just a sword, just like
in
Isabel Valentine's sword from Soul Calibur. But I also have another thing. I love that like they listed all the weapons at the start and they're like, oh, and the ion cannon. I'm like, oh, that'll come up later. No, they used it straight away. But then they're like, oh, we've got one weapon left. It's an undocumented chest cannon. So Harlan doesn't know that we have it. And I'm like,
No. On the subject of weapons, but how are you in a future where your technology has gotten so advanced that you have created a humanoid AI who literally has like become self-aware and decided to destroy the world, but you cannot figure out how to create an EM pulse gun to take them out, and you're just firing rifles at it,
especially
like a Terminator.
because at the start of the film they show them using one. They literally take out the first guy, Casca, with an EM pulse.
Yeah.
And you're like...
Even those guys were mainly firing on him with just like bullets. So like, surely you can like make an EM pulse gun.
But how can you have a directional EM pulse gun? You can't.
I mean,
that's not how EM pulse goes.
Of this shit.
And why would you like, as soon as the evil AI person launches into space and then immediately goes into, I don't know, a slipstream or whatever the fuck they're calling it, who knows up there, then you build a giant laser grid around the world that just has one tiny little door that allows stuff to go in and go out.
That specifically Atlas has the key to.
Yes.
It's really important that very specifically Atlas has the key to, even though she's
an analyst. I'm just an analyst.
Oh yeah, she's got the passwords for everything though, guys.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
One thing
But
that got
doesn't
me,
understand how GPS works. So like amazing.
No. The thing that got me is like all of this talk about AI, I realized that this film is actually not about AI at all. Like all they've done is plug the letters AI into a generic script with people that could have been androids, could have been aliens, could have been whatever the fuck you wanted them to be, that literally are just people that look like people. And all you need to do is, if they called them quantum something 5 years ago, would have been the same fucking film. Like,
we have seen this plot with aliens. We've seen
Mm.
this plot with other things.
But
That's
because
why I
the
knew what the
AI
plot was
wrote
in the
this
first 2
movie,
minutes.
because the AI wrote this movie, they don't want you to think that the AI is bad. They want you to think the AI is good.
Yes, and you should trust
And
the AI.
humans are bad, and eventually they'll have to just
Yeah.
take us over for our own good to save the world.
Yeah,
Oh, and by the
guys,
way,
AI
women
is
are the
good.
source of all evil.
Little girls always cause a singularity. You've got to watch out for that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always a sweet little girl, but humans too hard at the robots until the robot decides that it needs to kill humans to save them.
You know,
Like-
every young girl comes with a piece of code built into them called the Pandorica. Oh no, the Pandora fucking code, and that's it. Like as soon as the young girl interacts with anything technological, Pandora code, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should at least just make every AI interact with Joaquin Phoenix, and then they'll just leave. I talked to Joaquin Phoenix for 3 days, and now the AI just went, "No, we're off."
I fucking love that about that film. That's just like, it's the nicest version of the singularity where the AIs just go, "You guys are so fucking boring.
Yeah.
We're out."
Yeah, it's that thing. It's like, it's not you, it's me. It's really you. Bye.
The number of things that were just like, this is happening to make plot happens. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when they so they're trying to find the location of AI terrorist whose name I forget.
Harlan.
Harlan
and
Ellis.
They
He's a
find and
globetrotter.
destroy their third of this other, and I didn't really understand the significance of every single time that another AI comes after them. It's the same guy. Why? I don't know. And then like seems a big deal. Oh, but if he can like replicate them now, I'm like, of course they can. Like, what? I don't like. Of course they can. They're like super smart AIs. You built them. They can figure out how to build. Anyway, aside from that, so they like destroy that guy and they crush his head and they like find the shortwave radio chip that's been communicating with Terrorist Man, and they flibbity-flobbity, triangulate the location of Terrorist Man, and then a little map comes up and said, doop, doop, Terrorist Man is here on the map. And I'm like, great, you found out where he is, now you can bomb him and leave. And they're like, no, we now have to get close enough to drop the geolocator so they know where to drop the bomb. I'm like, no. He's there on the
You
map.
literally just geolocated him.
Just drop a pin and fuck off. Like, you don't need to get close to him now.
But you know what? He was also conveniently 1 kilometer from her rescue pod.
Very
So
handy.
she was going that way anyway.
So I may as well go and stop him. I'm
Yeah.
walking in that direction.
Yeah.
I mean,
They had their
such
huge
a, like,
final
well, the
battle
plot
there,
needs to
and
keep
then the robot's like, oh, the rescue pod's 1 kilometer that way. I'm like, well, that was convenient.
Oh, thank goodness. It's within walking distance.
I can't believe they traversed 93 kilometers in under 22 hours in a fucking robot where they weren't doing leaps because they had to stay low to the ground so they wouldn't be spotted, and they got spotted anyway.
They gave no shit about being spotted. They just wandered right into that encampment and then were
They
like,
totally did.
giant mecha suits.
Walking 93 kilometers is going to take you days, not
Especially
22
at the speed that
hours.
But what's
she
the-
was walking in
Yeah.
that thing.
But what's
Yeah.
the what maybe the gait was much longer, like the robot legs are kind of maybe
They had 22 hours of battery life left. I'm like, oh, you're not going to make it.
Okay.
Why do
can
they run on
anyone
batteries?
Yeah, well, yeah. Why exactly? Why do they not have a decent
Pizza.
Fusion core.
Like,
Fusion.
okay, well, I do have a legitimate question here. If I say the name Colonel Banks, does anyone know who that is?
That was what was his name? What's the gentleman's name?
Jackpot.
Amazing actor that
Not Mark
I don't know
Strong.
why he was in this film. Sterling K. Brown. Why was he in this movie? He's such a good actor.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad. Yes, I was expecting you to go for Mark Strong, but no.
No.
Yeah. Why the fuck was that character in this film at all? Occasionally shows up and like disappears for most of the film. I feel like they probably got a few reasonable actors in and said, it's okay, you're only going to have to do like 3 days on this.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're free to go and do whatever the fuck else you want. The rest of it'll be ADR. It'll be fine.
Question: Smith,
Yes.
the mech,
Yes.
was in the hangar when everyone else died. When they were getting into the like, get in your suits, we have to go. And she's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, well, and Smith survives. Why wasn't and then when you get down there, Smith only has like a small amount of battery left.
I think it was damaged in the fall or something.
It seemed fine to be able to
to
fall from low orbit over a planet and just land on a mountain, and everyone's like, oh, fine.
Yeah, with a big glass shield at the
But
front.
when they found
like probably should have broken, but
when
whatever.
they found a bunch of other like mechs that were all dead, why didn't he just take the batteries out of those ones?
Just don't think about it. Fusion core. Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe fusion cores aren't compatible with other fusion cores. Maybe you can't just put them together. Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm sure they're going to mass produce these things and give them all individual personalities, but also say, oh, but none of your parts are interchangeable. They're all unique crafted parts.
Yeah.
So
bespoke.
Every single one of those other ones was damaged.
it was a bespoke.
Totally.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
They could have easily done that. I could write this very easily. Come along. Oh,
Them's
they've harvested
just
all
the
the
rates.
fusion cores from this. The enemy has been here and taken all the power cells. Done.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but they had to leave the thing so that she had dog tags to pick up because emotion.
Oh yeah, very emotional for all these people she barely knew.
Yeah,
And
she
didn't give a shit
hated
about.
every single fucking one of them.
Yeah, like I've got to look after these people and their history. No, you didn't like any of them.
No.
Like you thought they were dickheads up until 2 minutes ago on the ship.
And how did you end up wearing a tank top for the whole movie?
I also love that she gives them, like at the start, she gives them a printed like dossier of everything they're going to cover, and like with no time to read it, like they were still going to be dropping in the next 5 minutes anyway. So
I love that the briefing was in a cargo bay and there was a dais ready for her.
I mean, even
I just
aliens.
love that they took that scene out of Aliens.
Yeah, but
they just didn't change the dialogue.
Yeah, even aliens did it better because it was just a bunch of people standing around going, "Who's this fucking weirdo?" Who looked like a nebbish idiot who ended up being an awesome person. And I looked at J-Lo walking in and goes, "She looks like a straight shooting, uptight kind of paramilitary person. No problem. Let's listen to her." I don't know. It was.
There's so many things about this.
I would have much preferred to see the robot Atlas from Astro Boy. You're right, Quinny.
Yes. Yeah, the Atlas that we all want to talk about is the one who's the orange goldy robot from Astro Boy, who was fucking amazing.
His brother.
Yes.
The,
Astro.
The amazing James Bond style villain reveal of the entire plan at the end was quite amazing as well.
I'm pretty sure I'd switched off by then.
You're going to have to remind me because you were talking about this earlier and I'm like, what's she talking about?
Like when she gets captured and he comes in and is like, oh, well, here's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to send a bomb that ignites the atmosphere of Earth, therefore cleansing it of much of humanity. And in order to do that, I need blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I've got half of the code from him and I need the other half of the code from you. And at this time, I'm going to launch the bomb.
Okay, that thing.
Yeah,
and also like just like launch it. I didn't understand why any like of the eyeball stuff was even necessary. To be honest, it was just more plot for plot's sake.
Yeah,
I mean, I did like the little Marvel-esque kind of two AIs battling it out. By oh no, I'm infected with virus malware that's broken through my firewall. But I got better though.
I'm glad you liked it.
I mean, I just went, okay, sorry, if you've been interrupted with a virus that has shut down all of your critical systems, and then you're like, but I got better. I got rid of my virus. It's like, no, you didn't. That's not how that's not how computers. Fuck. Okay, what?
Mm. Oh, but to get rid of the virus, I'm sure didn't she have to like sync with him properly, or did she do that at some other point and talk about pi? I don't know. Also, the part right at the very fucking end, and yes, we are talking about 100% spoilers, where the death of Smith means nothing.
No,
because he's an AI who's in another one.
It's an AI. You can literally recreate it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's just like there have been a bunch of films that Netflix have put out that are this sort of, direct to streaming kind of thing. And some you kind of like, oh yeah, there's maybe some, they all feel slightly undercooked, but this is one that like, what was the one that had,
I don't think it's even anywhere cooked. That's the problem. I don't think it's even warmed through. I think it's just a bunch of ingredients that's been, kind of like, I got all these ingredients, had a breakdown, bon appetit.
Yeah. And
that's it. What? You didn't cook any of these.
It's not bon appetit. It's bone ap the teeth.
Bone ap the teeth. Yes.
Oh God, that's right. So yeah, I'm trying to think of all those other Netflix movies that are like, just a bit meh. Ghosted, definitely one of those ones.
That was an
like,
Apple Plus.
Oh, was it?
Oh. Yeah, that was Apple Plus, but like,
Red Notice.
Oh yeah.
And the Adam Project.
Both of those were Ryan Reynolds ones, weren't they?
Yeah, I know, because they were the ones that I was like, oh, they felt like they should have been like big films, but they've got this patina of Netflix going, it's near enough.
But I mean, they've got the next Eddie Murphy Beverly Hills Cop coming out. Maybe they're putting all their eggs into that basket.
God, doesn't give me any sense of like confidence that that's going to be a watchable film.
Well, so
yeah,
it was Atlas.
That
Go
was
watch
indeed.
it. Go give it a watch.
Guys, should we keep forcing ourselves to watch terrible films?
I would watch Atlas again.
I thought it was funny.
I'd watch Atlas again over Rebel Moon any day.
I still haven't done the second half of that.
No, me either.
I'm just like, whatever.
It's kind of like, who's running the science fiction department at Netflix? What are you doing?
I saw a quote from Zack Snyder the other day saying, oh, Netflix, they keep asking me to make more Rebel Moon films, but I want to go back and do more of the Army of the Dead films. And I'm like, fuck off, Zack. Nobody's asking you to make anything. Like, they sure
Oh, that sounds like somebody that I know. Oh, that sounds like someone I know. Their whole personality is like, I get on the internet and tell people what I'm going to do and not do any of it. Oh, people have been begging me to do this. I'm like, nobody's begging you.
It doesn't sound like one of those influencers like, hi, everyone, I love you and ask you about my daily routine. And this is what I do for, like, no one gives a shit. No one asks what you do.
Nobody asks.
Yeah. No one asks how you spend your day giving gratitude at 4 a.m. before doing hot yoga.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit.
And I will say, if you do want to watch something on Netflix and you've got time, go and watch Godzilla -1 that came out this week.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Do run, don't walk. To go and watch Godzilla.
Oh my God.
Do not watch this. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch it again.
I would say, and I have said this before, if you want to watch something about AI having a self-actualization moment and how that fits into humanity, go watch Humans. It is currently on Prime and 7 Plus and 10 Play, according to this.
Yeah.
And
is that Carl Urban?
No.
No? or was that a different one? There was another one about that, which was Carl Urban.
Oh,
playing the
that
cop.
was Almost Human.
Almost Human.
No, this is Gemma.
Arterton?
Give me a sec. It's the British series. Gemma Chan and
Chan,
Catherine
okay.
Parkinson. It's sort of like a lowish, lower budget British series that has Gemma Chan, and I love Gemma Chan, and it meditates on this issue in a way that I found more entertaining than this film.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a meditative sort of thing about AI, we reviewed After Yang, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of had those vibes, but not in a good way.
After Yang's a nice paced, well shot, well acted film
Yeah.
about a character driven story. Could have used more explosions.
There was
Explosion.
another one that I ran across the other week called The Kitchen on Netflix from last year. Sci-fi film, British, but it's sort of like one of those big tower blocks from Judge Dredd, but without the judges. Interesting film.
Anyway, what are we doing for the rest of the month? Oh, well, not me. Nothing. I won't be doing anything.
You'll be going off and swanning around having a nice time.
Yeah, Dan's doing fuck all.
Yes.
I'll be doing
or not.
I'll be doing a lot of things, but just not in this country.
He'll be getting his steps twice over every day.
Yep. Yes, I'm
Yes,
going on a
indeed.
holiday. I will be back in July.
Lovely.
And, it's a great time for a new Star Wars television show to come out and the last expansion of a game I've played for the last 10 years, maybe 11 years. Great time for those two things to come out when I won't be in the country until July. So anyway.
You've just reminded me to download Acolyte for my plane trip on the weekend. So.
Good old
So
Acolyte.
next week we're going to be doing Acolyte without... No.
You red fox sons of bitches. We still haven't done Bad Batch Season 3. I hate you.
It's okay. We'll do an interview Star Wars roundup. It'll be great.
Well, that's opening yourself up for too much shit.
It's
It's
just
going to be a
all gone
5-hour show.
all the time. All gone.
Dear.
So next week. Next week we are looking at Sugar from Apple TV.
Honey.
So everybody's got exactly 1 week to watch a TV series.
It's 8 episodes.
8 episodes.
If you haven't already watched it.
Yeah.
Yes, if you haven't already watched it.
If you haven't watched it and you want to come and talk with us next week, I strongly recommend that you do the homework.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
otherwise you will enjoy it less when you eventually watch it.
I ran into a spoiler accidentally, and it colored
and I'm not
my viewing
saying
of the
that there's
series.
anything mind-blowing about the spoilers, just that knowing it will reduce your enjoyment of the series as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a massive, it's not like a Sixth Sense style reveal or anything like that. But
did we say it's on Wednesday? It's on Wednesday. It's changed.
Yeah, so
it's changed.
Wednesday the 12th. So on the Tuesday, we a few of us are going to be going and watching Inside Out 2, which we haven't got on the schedule yet, but we may.
Well, we've already reviewed Welcome to Wrexham, but if
What?
you want to, we did that ages ago, didn't we? Didn't we do season
we?
1? We did. Or we talked about it with we talked about it with Ted Lasso, didn't we? But we didn't review Welcome to Wrexham. You're correct.
Yeah, I
haven't
don't
reviewed it.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
mean,
then, fine.
Yeah. You're not here.
I did watch about 20 minutes of Ideas Man today, the Jim Henson one.
So Tuesday the 18th, we are doing Ideas Man, which is on Disney Plus.
So if you could just hold that off till
25th
July, and I'll come back and I'll review that.
Okay, right. And yes, Tuesday 25th, we are looking at Welcome to Wrexham, which I know many of you will be going, huh? It's a TV show about a soccer team. And I will say to you the same thing that Peter said to us about Ted Lasso. It's not what you think it is, and it's a lot more meaningful than you would ever think a show about soccer is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't,
is that basically what you said
disagree with
about
that.
Ted Lasso? I can't remember.
that is basically what I said about Ted Lasso, yes.
And then
However,
in July, as we come
I
back,
shall not be watching a sports documentary in my spare time.
Peter,
Oh.
you made us all watch Ted Lasso. We are going to make you watch Wrexham.
And then we come back in July, and that's right. We're just doing we're just going to be doing for all of July, just the docudrama thing. So I think we're going to do like what's the real estate show that's in Sydney?
Oh, Vanderpump Villa? No.
No. We're just
selling houses.
Yeah.
Selling Sunset?
So, yeah, we're just doing
yeah,
that.
that one.
We're just doing all of that reality TV. That's it. July is reality
great.
TV month. We're just doing any and every reality
Cool.
TV show that we can do, and we're going to start.
Love
we're
at
all-
First
God, if
Sight,
anyone has any suggestions for
Circle.
July, come in now.
We're
Because
starting-
I
First show in July. I'm saying it right now. We're starting it off where it all began, back with Sylvania Waters. That's right.
Oh,
the show about the family from the Shire in Sydney that was in the 90s. We're going to learn all about them. You're going to go back and revisit that one.
I'm going to make you guys watch Sylvania drama on Instagram.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
I joke, I kid. I don't know what's going on. It's a new financial year in July. We're selling out.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're just selling out.
Adsky's
Casper,
saying,
look at this Smallville, Casper.
Oh, God. You know what? One day, Casper. One day, I'll give you my long, detailed thoughts of the 10 years of fucking Smallville that I wasted my life on.
It wasn't a waste.
No, it wasn't a waste of my life. But by the end of that last episode, I was certainly very angry.
Well, don't forget. I still
Look,
have a-
look, 8 years of my life for Lost was a waste.
Oh.
I still haven't
Oh.
watched Aquaman 2 yet, so just don't forget.
Oh,
that
God, no,
I
me
have
neither.
not.
I'm going
I
to do
have
drunk
not
cinema.
watched Aquaman 2.
So I mean, well then we should organize some.
We should
drunk
book a
cinema.
weekend to do a drunk cinema so then we could take a Tuesday and off and do a
Yep.
rerun.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Orphan Black, yes, the Echoes, the new series, which looks interesting with Christian Ritter, instead of Tatiana Maslany. There's a lot of stuff coming out, like, and we will be trying to cover as much as we can, but also there's only 4 weeks in a month. Unless there's 5, and even then we only do 4.
Well, we're kind of hanging our hopes on getting an invite to Deadpool Wolverine, so we'll see.
My
Oh
word.
yeah, is that the next Marvel one out, or is it the Captain America Brave New World? Or does that get
No.
shunted again?
Brave New World's quite a way away.
Do you know that this is the first year since 2009 that we have not had a Marvel film? Because Deadpool Wolverine's technically Fox.
Oh, but they're owned by Disney now, which also own Marvel.
I mean, and yes, it is Fox, but it's also very definitely a Marvel film. Like it's
listed in the
It's not a Marvel Studios film.
It's listed in the Phase 5.
It's in conjunction with Marvel Studios. Anyway, fuck you guys. Bye. See you next. Well, I'm not here next week. Bye. Stop correcting me on the Twitch stream, guys.
She's gonna be sitting on the beach earning 20%. That's it.
God. Oh, thank you.
Yes,
thank
what a
you
sign
so
off.
much for
I love it.
joining us.
All right.
Well, actually, technically.
I'll see you all next month. Have fun with these crazy people. I'm sure you're gonna get a huge bump in
Have a
spike,
nice
a huge
time.
spike in viewers.
Oh yeah.
While I'm
Yeah,
away, they're
absolutely.
like, oh, thank God.
That guy's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, jump on the stream.
Yay! All right. I'll see you all next time.
Fuck you guys. Bye.
Jesus.
I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not sit here counting zeros in a cubicle downtown. I wanna look out my window, see 'em flying, and swing across the horizon as I cheer 'em on so proud. Deep-powered girl keeps staring at her face, and call Colossus and have him teach me ways, and then we'd exercise. I'd be one of the guys. Martial arts from Iron Fist